All right, everybody. You already know what to do. As you come on in, please introduce yourself. Let us know what city and state you guys are chiming in from. What city and state you guys are chiming from. And also, if you are an A1 Day 1, I want you to include A1 Day 1. A1 Day 1. So again, everybody, welcome. Let us know what city and state you guys are chiming in from. We're going to get started in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. And if you're an A1 Day 1, go ahead and let us know. A1 Day 1. How you doing? Again, everybody, welcome to the broadcast. As you come on in, please introduce yourself. Let us know what city and state you guys are chiming in from. We're having an important conversation today, talking about health and the foods that we eat. So the food that we eat affecting our mental health. This is something that we all need to talk about. So as you come on in, please introduce yourself, and also do not forget to share. We're going to get started in 1 minute and 10 seconds. All right. So hello, everybody. Hello. How are you guys doing? This is Taria Vision Avant. So excited to have you guys here. I'm pumped up and I'm excited. This is day 9 of New Year, New You, our virtual conference, y'all. And I just want to shout y'all out, all of my A1 Day 1s in the house. Okay, so I see we have some people. I want to shout y'all out. We have Nakia. She says she's A1 Day 1. Hold on, let me fix this so that I can make it a little bit bigger. Make a little bit bigger. How you doing? Okay, there it is. Nakia says, I'm an A1 Day 1. She like, what you doing? How you doing? Tori Wright. She says, hey, out of Asheville, North Carolina, A1 Day 1. We have James Autry in the house out of Katy, Texas. We have Janice out of Buckingham, Virginia. We have Noel out of ATL Shawte. We have Joseph Paul He says from Nigeria. Hello, my Nigerian brother. We have Constance McKenzie out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Melanie White out of St. Louis. Hello, STL is in the his house. How you doing? How you doing? Hey guys, now as you're coming on in, make sure that you do me a favor. Please share this video. This is definitely a video. If you haven't shared one video, this is the one to share because we're talking about a topic that many times you don't hear a lot of people have conversations, especially when it comes to business, when it comes to entrepreneurship. You don't always hear people talking about understanding that the foods that we eat and how it affects our nutrition. Now, I'm gonna sit here and tell y'all I am not the best. I got to do better, okay? I got to do better. Look, I'm over here drinking coffee, and that's my nutrition for right now, so that's not a good thing. But one thing that we have to understand is that the things that we eat do affect our mental health, and when our mental health is affected, it affects everything in our life. It affects our business, it affects our relationships, it affects our bodies, it affects our spirituality. I'm telling you guys, the food that we eat. And so we have a very special guest here today, so I'm super pumped up. So make sure, guys, that you share this video. For those of you who are watching the replay, we also want to hear from you. Make sure that you also announce yourself. Just because you're on the replay don't mean that we don't see you. How you doing? And so I know that I'm doing a watch party from my phone, so I want to shout out everybody who is watching from the watch party on my phone, on my personal profile. Hello to all of you guys, and hello to everybody. All right, and we got Twitter on the line today. By the way, we are broadcasting on Facebook, we are broadcasting on YouTube, we are broadcasting on Twitter, all three platforms live in action right now. How you doing? Okay, so now I want to go ahead and show you a couple of things. First of all, we are looking for speakers. Okay, so we are looking for speakers. Urban CEO is putting on an incredible event. It's called the Profits Conference, because we want to help individuals to be able to profit in their business, profit in their career, profit in their relationships, profit in their health and wellness, and of course your spirituality, right? And so at the Profits Conference, we are looking for 12 speakers. Well, I'm sorry, 14 total speakers. We already have now 4 speakers, so we are down to 10 more spots. No, I'm sorry, my numbers are all jacked up. We're down to 8 more spots, so we have 8 more spots available. If you are interested in being a speaker, and it's not just at this conference, but it's a whole slew of stuff that you're going to get. What you need to do, we're going to be doing a live broadcast today to tell you about how you can become a partner with this particular event. So we're looking for people who are partners, okay? To be a partner for this, there's going to be some things that we want to share with you of what you're going to receive. If you're interested, you need to text this number, 404-890-0886. Just text your first and last name. It will go to my assistant, and then they will let you know what time the live broadcast is going to be. It'll be today, and it's going to be real soon, but you'll also be able to see the replay if you missed the live, okay? So definitely send your text message out to that. Also, another thing I want you guys to know is we need help. We need help out here in these streets. As I told you guys, Urban CEO is we're basically the company that is putting all of this together. Hold on one second. We're the company that's putting all of this together, guys. The New Year, New You virtual conference, and we plan on doing so much more for the community. We want to be able to bring out new faces, new places, but most importantly, Urban CEO, what we're all about, guys, is being able to help the community from the urban community. We want to be the bridge for our men, for our women, for our children, that maybe they get into places where, you know, the information is just a little bit overwhelming. It's confusing. It doesn't make sense to you. I know how that feels, because for a very long time, y'all, for more than 20 years, I've been out here in these streets entrepreneuring it, right? And I've did everything by myself for the most part. I didn't get funding. I didn't really understand, you know, the power of mentorship and coaching. And then even I had a conversation earlier today where I was talking about, as a community, how come we don't know how to properly ask for help or give help, right? And so we've got to teach our own people so that we can be able to survive and thrive out here in these streets, because businesses are starting and they're failing. People are getting in jobs and they're getting fired. We have relationships that are failing. We have people with health problems all over the place. And so Urban CEO is that bridge between the urban community and success, okay? So we're looking for ambassadors. We specifically in these particular states, but we are expanding all across the entire country. And I know we have some people that are tuning in from other countries. We plan to expand internationally as well, okay? Currently, right now, we are open in Atlanta, and we are open in Houston as far as physical locations. But we have ambassadors, we have academy members from all over the world. Okay, so you can still be an ambassador and academy member even if you're not in Houston and Atlanta. But we definitely are looking for those particular markets because these are the markets that we do plan to actually open in over the next few months. We're going to be opening in Alabama in February. Whole lot of noise. We're gonna be open in Alabama in February. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know my IDD be kicking in. I hear all type of noise. It throws me off. We're gonna be opening in Alabama in February. We're also going to be opening hopefully in Florida and New York. But we are looking for market leaders. But if you are interested in learning about becoming an ambassador, all you need to do is go to urbanceonetwork.com/ambassador. urbanceonetwork.com/ambassador. Okay, so 1 second here. Let me see if I could do something real quick. 1 second. Okay, 1 second, guys. All right, so we're looking for all those different markets. So if you want to be an ambassador anywhere in the United States, but specifically in those places, go to urbanceonetwork.com/ambassadors. Okay, so we are looking for you. All right, awesome. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get into this, and I also want to share with you just a little bit about what Urban CEO is all about, and then I'll tell you how you can get the opportunity today with no purchase required to possibly win some of our incredible giveaways. So let me go ahead and show this commercial real quick, and then we'll get back to that and bring on our guest speaker. 1 second. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Taria Vision Avant, and I wanted to just jump up here real quick and tell you, have you heard about the Urban CEO Network? Darling, if you have not heard about Urban CEO, then you need to make sure that you jump on board. Right now, we have a special so that you can actually be a part of our Urban CEO Academy, which is our monthly membership program, where not only do you get exclusive access to events, discounts, and things of that nature, but you also get training that's designed to help you to grow your business. Right now, you can join for 7 days for free and see what we're all about. All you need to do is go to urbanceoacademy.com and check us out. For real. Like, we're the fastest growing organization right now, designed to help men and women that come from the urban community that want to grow in business, that want to grow in their career, or you simply just want to be able to grow in your life. Urban actually stands for unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. So come over here, check us out, join. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. 7 days free. You have really, it's a win-win situation, so you can see what we're all about. All right, so join. I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm gonna talk to you later. Deuces. All right, y'all. So that, of course, is our commercial for Urban CEO. So make sure that you do join us. By the way, we have major events coming up. Here in Houston, we have a free Lunch and Learn event on January the 18th. And in this Lunch and Learn, we're going to be talking about some business growth techniques, some hacks and things like that you're going to need for your business. In fact, I found a tool that I'm going to show you guys at this particular Lunch and Learn. It's free for you to come. It's free for you to eat, and you can pull up. We also are going to have vendors. We have sponsored vendors who actually have vendor tables. And so if you're interested in being a vendor, you can always be a vendor as well. And then January the 29th, Atlanta is going to have its mixer. So every single market, every month, we always do something for the market. Okay. So when we start opening in other markets, we'll always have physical events. Okay. So Atlanta has a mixer on January 29th. The location is being secured, so we will let you guys know about that. Now, February the 8th, this is our Urban CEO Summit in Atlanta, Georgia. I want you guys to know something. We are only selling 100 tickets to this, okay? Now, there's 100 general admission tickets, and the thing about Urban CEO is we want to allow people who don't normally come to events, we want to open the doors for them, okay? So there's reasons why we do a lot of the things we do, but general admission is 100% free. You do not have to pay anything to come to the conference. We do have VIP tickets, which guarantees you a seat, but you can register with general admission. I want you guys to know we are already 3/4 of the way registered for the Atlanta Summit. So Urban CEO Summit, not Urban CEO Summit, you're going to go to Urban CEO Academy and click on the events tab for the summit, to register for that. We have, I think, 2 more vendor tables available, or it might be 3 vendor tables available as well. So if you want to be a vendor, if you want to be an attendee, you need to go to Atlanta. Now, we do have people that are coming from other states, local states, that are coming to the summit, okay? We also have our summit here in Houston, Texas on February the 23rd, okay? So February the 8th is in Atlanta. February the 23rd is in Houston. Just so you know, we have people that are making a decision to come to both, but they are specifically for the local market, but you are welcome to come. They are free. In Houston, we are halfway RSVP'd, okay? So these tickets are going fast, and they're going to go much faster. In fact, we already know how people do. They typically like to register a week before an event, but I have a prediction that those tickets will be gone a week before the event, or if something happens by the grace of God and we get able to get some more space, we may. But I'm telling you, more than likely, it's going to be booked out. So you want to go to urbanceonetwork.com, click on events, and register for the free events that we have coming up this month and next month, okay? By the way, don't forget, for those of you who are registered for this summit, we're giving away free gifts every single day, and the only thing that you have to do, number one, is you need to be registered. So if you go to newyouonline.com, you can actually register for this conference, this virtual conference that you guys are watching right now, for absolutely free. Okay, there's nothing you have to pay. It is free to register. Second, you need to join us live on these broadcasts. The only way that you could win is you got to actually be here, because as soon as we're done with this broadcast, we're then going to go live in our Facebook group and do another giveaway. Okay, and then the third thing is that we want you to share. See, we come from a world where we understand that abundant living is how we are blessed, right? We don't want to have any more lack mentality. And one of the biggest challenges in the urban community, which I totally understand, is that we have a lot of things where we think like, I can't connect with other people because it's going to cause me to lose business. But the truth is this, guys, if we want to win as a community, not a race, I'm talking about a community, the urban community. If we want our communities to stay strong, we've got to learn to work together. And one of the things that we're doing now is we are working together by sharing this information. So guys, please share this broadcast. Please create a watch party. Please put this information out there so that people can see what we're talking about here. This is 100% free for everybody to be a part of this. You don't have to pay anything to win anything. And our speakers have contributed actually for these giveaways. And so one of our speakers that I'm about to bring up, guys, she is just such an incredible woman, okay? She's doing some amazing things. She also contributed to these giveaways. So when she gets up here, I want y'all to make sure that y'all thank her for these giveaways that we've been giving out every single day for this live broadcast. But she is awesome. She is a speaker. She is a coach. She is a mental health specialist. I know I'm saying the titles all wrong, but she has a big focus on making sure, guys, that we understand how to be able to take care of ourselves, how to be able to take care of our minds, our bodies, our souls. And so important, guys, that you stay plugged in. Make sure you take notes. If she says anything that's a quotable moment, make sure to type that in the comment space. You might just see your comment pop up on the screen. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring her on the screen. Her name is Jendayi Stafford. So hold on, let me make sure she's unmuted, because I had a, hold on, let me make sure. Jendayi, hello, darling. How are you doing, queen?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. And I know that this conversation that we're going to have is definitely needed. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor, darling. Just let me know when you're ready for me to pull up your PowerPoint. So everybody, I present to you Jendayi Stafford.
All right. So we can just go on and get into the PowerPoint, because I kind of do my introduction in there. I don't want to bore people with telling them about myself twice. Okay. So we're good to go, Taria?
We are good to go, darling.
All right. So I'll be talking about today how your nutrition affects your mental health. There we go. All right. So just a little bit of background on my work and background training. I'm an author. I'm a licensed minister. I am a marriage and family therapist. I'm associate license level in the state of Washington. I'm a child mental health specialist, a child and adolescent.
Take my video off, because
Oh, did I do it? Okay. I didn't want to hang up on you and then. All right, okay. I'm a child and adolescent trauma professional, a certified integrative nutrition health coach, and a certified pharmacy technician. Educational background, I have a master's in organizational leadership, a master's in psychology, a master's in developmental psychology, a master's certification in human resource management, and I'm in the dissertation phase for my PhD in developmental psychology. I'm also a Navy veteran. I'm disabled 100% according to the VA. I was an aviation ordnanceman, so as you can see in the picture, in the middle there, we're actually loading a missile. I served in the Navy for 6 years before I was medically retired. And hoo-yah Navy to anybody who's out there that's Navy. So what I do today. So I am a holistic whole body care coach. So I do holistic whole body care coaching. Pretty much what I did was I took everything that I have, every training and bit of education, and I created my own platform. And it allows me to focus on the person as a whole, not just on mental health, not just on spirituality, not just on diet and things like that. We're complex machines and every part of our being is interconnected. So if you think about a clock, all the gears are independent. However, they are interdependent upon one another. And when they work together, that's when they're at their fullest potential. So being a holistic whole body care coach has allowed me to take all these independent parts that need to be interdependent and work that way. All right, my story. So why I do what I do today. So why do I do talks and things like that on mental health and how food affects your mental health and things like that? I was medically retired from the U.S. Navy back in 2014. I suffered from rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia, Raynaud's disease, insomnia, and just a slew of other things. I was on over 10 different medications. All of these medications came with some sort of horrendous side effect, such as like weight gain, nausea, extreme fatigue, and body tics. So it was almost like having little mini seizures. So I was never really a fan of medication in the first place, but at that point I knew that maybe I needed to get off of some of this stuff. I was on about 10 different medications at one point, and we're talking about kind of the heavy stuff like different narcotics, mind-altering medications, anti-inflammatories, steroids, and things like that. And so I was on all this medication, and I ended up getting pregnant with my son, and I was told to get off of the medication because the doctors weren't sure, how it was going to affect the baby. So after I had him, I was breastfeeding. They told me to stay off the medication, but I was having all this tremendous pain now. So I ended up doing my own research and things like that. And so over that time frame of being pregnant and nursing my son, I started to do things like changing my diet. I started adding essential oils to my daily routines. I started using mental health therapy techniques. And I started doing like low impact stretches and workouts. And I saw such a great improvement in my health that I was able to get off of all the medication. And so I like teaching people how to do that. I like teaching people how to be the best version of themselves. And, we always say, oh, I'm out here living my best life. Well, that's what I want to do for people. So that's why I do things like that. And that's kind of my story. All right. So what are we going to talk about today? So today we're going to talk about what mental health is, what nutrition is, how your food choices affect your mental health, bio-individuality, right? Because there's no one size fits all approach to this stuff. And then how to balance yourself. So mental health refers to our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we respond to both our internal and external factors. It affects everything internal and external about you. So I'm just going to read real quick a snippet from my book. So I have the book, you see the cover right here, My Mental Health Matters, an Introduction to Mental Health. And in that book, I do discuss what mental health is. And so when you're talking about its effects on your daily life, you're talking about, so now we know a little more about mental health. We can begin to look at mental health and how it affects our daily lives. So I want you guys to think about everything that you have to do on a daily basis. So do you work a full-time job? Do you go to school full-time? Do you have a family to raise? Do you drive anywhere throughout the day? Are you required to leave the house? Are you required to look put together? If you answered yes to any of these things, then these are the things that can affect your mental health. Likewise, these things can also be affected by your level of mental wellness. Mental health, we start talking about its effects on your social relationships, your social life, your physical health, spiritual health. It affects everything. So food is either your medicine or your poison. So I always like to say, make food your medicine. So when we start talking about nutrition, you're talking about the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. So we need food, but sometimes what we choose as food is not what we need, right? So if you see in this picture, you got McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Well, you see there's one burger that's kind of, I guess that's edible. And then the burger on the right is kind of moldy and everything. So there have been studies that did leave different foods out. So like you had McDonald's fries and McDonald's burgers, and you left them, like people left these out for 30 days and they did not mold at all. So then you start worrying about, okay, what is it that you're actually eating? So like it says, sometimes we need food, but the things that we're choosing are not food. There's been research and studies that show things like Kraft cheese actually have plastic in them, which is why if you microwave the cheese, it burns versus melting. So that's why I don't know if anybody's ever, tried to reheat a burger and you slap a slice of Kraft cheese on it and then you kind of get the black ends. Well, that's because that's the plastic within it that's melting. Okay, and so then we have your gut is referred to as the second brain, right? So a lot of the chemicals and things like that your brain make, your stomach also makes the same thing. So that's why it's so important to eat the right things. So, and then there's something called gut. You're worried about your gut health. It's called dysbiosis. So your gut is, like I said, referred to as a second brain, and you're that old saying that you are what you eat. That actually has some truth to it. So dysbiosis is actually the unbalance of good and bad bacteria in the gut. And so this happens, the dysbiosis happens when you don't eat the right things to help support your overall gut health. So if I want you guys to think, like, has there ever been a time, and I'm going to see if I can see what you guys are saying here, but has there ever been a time where you guys noticed that you ate anything and you just felt absolutely groggy or you felt really jittery right afterwards? Then it's probably something that's not balanced in your gut that's creating that. So 8 signs of an unhealthy gut. Let's see. So you have typical upset stomach, right? So you have gas, bloating, constipation, heartburn, diarrhea, things like that. If you have a diet that's high in sugar and high in processed foods, so you're constantly drinking all the sweet sugary energy drinks or the coffees, or you're constantly eating out at McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, things like that, all these processed foods, Slim Jims and other things, sometimes that can have a contributing factor to an unhealthy, unbalanced gut. Unintentional weight changes. So sometimes, again, because an upset stomach can cause diarrhea, the weight changes don't necessarily have to be that you have gained a lot of weight. Sometimes it can actually be that you have lost a lot of weight due to the fact that you're always having an upset stomach, you're always feeling bloated, or you always have heartburn, so then you don't feel like eating. Sleep disturbances. That can look like insomnia, or you just don't sleep well because you have heartburn. Constant fatigue. Sometimes there's things that we eat. I know there was this whole thing about turkey and the tryptophan in the turkey. Yes, there is tryptophan in turkey. However, it is not that much. You'd have to eat pretty much the entire turkey for that to make you sluggish. But there's some people that do better on meat diets than they would being a vegan, or some people that, they find that when they eat meat, they're always tired and things like that. So they go towards those vegan diets. So it just depends on your gut and what your gut needs. Skin irritation. So, you have acne, boils, sores, things like that. Those things start off in your gut. So there's certain individuals who cannot eat a lot of chocolate because of the caffeine in it, or else they end up getting lumps and sores built up in their breast. I know there's times where some people eat a lot of chocolate or drink a lot of soda, which is a lot of sugar, and then they end up breaking out with acne on their face or their back. Their skin becomes really oily. So those would be some of the other skin irritations that are a sign of an unhealthy gut. Autoimmune conditions or flare-ups. So for myself, I can always tell when I'm starting to eat the wrong things because I end up swelling. So for myself, like I said, I have Raynaud's, I have fibromyalgia and rheumatoid arthritis, which all affect your joints. So if I eat anything that is high in sodium, sometimes if I eat too much jerky, certain pastas and things like that have high sodium, then I start to flare up. And a flare up for me either looks like skin rash or irritation, or my joints swell up. Sometimes my fingers kind of go a little crooked. So those would be autoimmune conditions and flare ups. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, obviously you're going to know when you're having a flare up there. And then another sign is food intolerances. So you have difficulty digesting certain foods. Now, this differs from a food allergy, although food allergies can be related to your gut health. When we're talking about food intolerances, we're talking about, yes, you can eat dairy, but sometimes if you eat too much dairy, then it makes you sick. Again, for myself, I know that if I eat too much greasy food, that I really feel nauseous and I don't want to eat a lot. And then the next thing I know is my body is craving nothing but fruits and vegetables. And then that's when I know for myself that, maybe my gut health is a little imbalanced. All right, so then you have a combination. So you have a combination of mental health and nutrition coming together. So foods do affect your moods. I did put some examples on here. So there's whole foods like beef and milk. For some people, and this is not, again, this is bio-individuality, this does not affect everybody the same. However, certain whole foods like beef and milk can actually increase your anxiety and insomnia symptoms. Alcohol and caffeine, both of those can cause an increase in symptoms of both anxiety and depression. Now, I know typically if you're thinking of anxiety and depression, you're probably thinking, well, I can see how the caffeine affects anxiety and I can see how the alcohol affects depression. But anxiety and depression are kind of like, they're not the same thing. However, we do in the mental health space find that they are comorbid, which means if you have one, typically you have the other in some way, shape, or form. Anxiety does not look the same in everyone. Depression does not look the same in every single person. Somebody could smile in your face all day long, have the most bubbly personality, and then go home and have suicidal ideations and literally be talking themselves off the ledge. Whereas anxiety, somebody could seem really fine in social events, and I'm one of those people, again, I'm fine in most social events. However, if you put me in Walmart, for whatever reason, Walmart really triggers my anxiety to the point of panic attacks. So it depends on the person. And anxiety, you cannot look at a person and say, oh, you have anxiety, the same that you can't look at a person and say you're depressed. So alcohol and caffeine can actually affect those two things. Sugar can cause irritability. Now, our country has sugar in everything. I don't know. Has anybody ever looked at a ketchup bottle and seen how much sugar was actually in ketchup? There's ketchup in our sugar. There's ketchup in mayonnaise. There's ketchup in mustard. There is ketchup in everything or not ketchup, I'm sorry, sugar. Oh my goodness. There's sugar in everything. There's sugar in jerky. We were at the store the other day. We bought these like cauliflower bites, and they were like supposed to be just dried cauliflower, and they actually had sugar in them. So sugar is everywhere that we turn, and it is extremely addictive. And so sugar can actually cause irritability, similar to someone who is a drug addict or addicted to nicotine. And so there have been research and studies done that show individuals with a high addiction to sugar, they almost have sugar withdrawals. And I don't know if any of you can relate to that. It's almost like having a caffeine withdrawal. That's another thing that's extremely addictive and can play into your mental health issues. So if you think about, you're going to work, you're hustling hard, you're going to need your coffee. I have coffee sitting over here right now. And I'm sure other people right now have coffee in front of them. What is your day like if you don't have that coffee? So here you're combining caffeine and sugar, two highly addictive things that can help play into your anxiety, your depression, addiction. It can cause irritability. And so if for whatever reason you're rushing out the door because you had a meeting and you didn't get your coffee, which is your lack of caffeine or your lack of sugar, that just kind of set the tone for your day. So now you're not going to be able to focus on the work that you need to do because you're irritable, you're anxious, you might be getting snippy with people because you didn't have your coffee. There's a reason that all these memes out talking about don't talk to me until I've had my first cup exist, because very true. Bioindividuality, I know I mentioned this before. So we're talking about taking a look at the individual's needs versus focusing on the most popular theories and treatments used. So a lot of times if an individual is coming into my office with anxiety or depression, one of the first models that is just automatically off the bat is, okay, try cognitive behavioral therapy. That's the first thing. It doesn't matter because you're not necessarily in therapy treating the person, and I know it's sad to say, they want to say that it's all individualized therapy, but the way therapy works is you're not treating the person, you're treating the diagnosis. And so with bioindividuality, it's the opposite. So you're focusing on the individual versus all the theories and the treatments used. The other thing is one treatment does not fit all. Not everybody can use cognitive behavioral therapy and have the same results as another person. Not everybody can eat the same type of diet and have the same results. In my workbook here, I do blood typing assessments. And so in that, it talks about how to eat for your blood type. So my blood type is O. So in here, it talks about a diet profile. So the diet profile for its blood type O would be red meats, high protein vegetables, and fruit. And so those are the things that my blood type works off of. So I love steak. If I can get a good potato with it and some green beans, and maybe I'll have, I don't know, a cheesecake with strawberries on top for my fruit. But those are the kind of meals that I thrive on. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want eggs. Typically, out of any day, I want eggs. I can go without pancakes. I can go without the grits. I want the eggs. Why? Because my body thrives on the protein. And so one treatment does not fit all. I know the Atkins diet, when that came out, everybody was like, oh my gosh, like we're losing so much weight. We're doing this, that, and the third, all because of reduced carbs. And then you have other studies out here saying, no, you can't completely quit carbs, just lessen how much you eat. Not everything works the same way for everybody. I'm sure at one point in your life, you can reflect back to a time where you and a friend were doing the same quote unquote diet, and it worked for your friend, not so much for you. Your friend's sitting over here, your friend lost 25 pounds, and you probably gained 2. Again, bioindividuality. So I would say when trying different techniques and diets, so trying different therapies, when trying different home remedies, when trying to balance yourself, try again. Like, I cannot stress that. Again, one thing doesn't fit everybody. It does not fit everybody. There's no way that it could. So you might have to do some trial and error, figure out what it is that works for you. All right, balance. Ooh, so this is where we're talking about homeostasis here. Um, Let me see. It's something I wanted to share with you guys real quick. Hold on. All right. Okay, so when you're talking about balance, you're talking about homeostasis, which is bringing yourself into balance. So we have mood foods. So there's actually foods out there and herbs out there, different things that can actually help your mood. Seaweed is one of them. I did a workshop on depression a couple weeks ago, and everybody who came to the workshop actually walked out with a pack of seaweed that they got to take home and try. Now, I'm not saying that you have to sit here and eat the little dried packs, which is what I carry around. You can have sushi, has seaweed on it. You can crumble it on your salad or things like that. It's definitely an acquired taste. Lemon helps to boost your mood. It helps to detoxify the body. Peppermint, also a mood booster. Maintaining good gut health. So that would be including pre and probiotic rich foods in your diet. So that'd be things like yogurt, kefir, anything that's fermented. So sauerkraut, kombucha, like the kombucha tea, anything that's fermented would be one of those good pre and probiotic rich foods. Trying non-traditional methods like essential oils and herbs. So essential oils are compounds extracted from plants. The oils capture the plant's scent or flavor, or it's also referred to as the essence. And the essential oils are obtained through distillation, which is usually like steam or water, or sometimes mechanical methods such as cold pressing. And these extracts just have such powerful things. I mean, like one drop of lemon oil in your water. I mean, you might as well, that's like the whole lemon, like you're getting the entire benefits from one little drop of the oil. I definitely swear by essential oils. Just because I know what they've done for me. Herbs, different herbs, you have ginger, you have turmeric, rosemary, things like that. They all have their really good benefits. And I am a firm believer that God has already provided on this earth what it is that we need to heal ourselves. Medication, although some people are like, yes, that was made by man by herbs, like using different herbs and things like that, but it also has chemicals. There are also chemical fillers within these medications. So I'm not anti-medication, so please don't anybody think that. If you use medication and it works for you, that's wonderful. Again, bio-individuality. My body type does not work well with medications. Yours may. So keep doing what you're doing. Physical exercise. So I'm not saying go out here and train for a marathon. Just saying add physical exercise. It helps to increase your endorphins. It helps to decrease stress levels. Spiritual meditation. If you pray or you do meditation, yoga, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever it is that you do, continue doing that spiritual connection. Changing your environment. Super important. A lot of times, the mental stress that we feel combined with, if you get stressed out, you probably crave something. So you're like, I'm so stressed. All I want is this chocolate bar because I deserve it. I earned it and I don't even care. Or all I want is this tub of ice cream. All I want is a big fat cheeseburger from Burger King because I earned it. I deserved it after the day I have. Sometimes you have to change your environment around you in order to get balance. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Sometimes people have the means to do it and others don't. Whatever it is, even if you can change one negative factor in your environment and change it for the positive, you will see a huge improvement in your mental health, which obviously then spreads out to things like your physical health, your spiritual health, social and relationships, right? Working on your relationships. That's a huge thing. Don't be afraid to talk to your friends, your family members about, hey, you know what, I just need to decompress, or hey, I need space. for whatever reason, we feel like a relationship is there. A good example, husband and wife. You feel like, okay, well, we're married, so they obviously understand me. Well, no, they're not a mind reader, and not only that, but I guarantee my husband and I have been married for 12 years. I guarantee we are not the same people that we were 12 years ago. We've experienced things. We've, learned different things. We've aspired for different things as our family dynamics have changed. So work on your relationships. Your social relationships. Do what works best for you. A lot of times people will say, oh, you need to go out and mingle. You need to go out and go hang out with these people. You need to go find a group and do this. I don't ever think that isolation is the key because we are social creatures. However, I don't believe that you have to be doing something extremely social every single day. If you're a social butterfly like myself, then yes, please make sure that you get some sort of social time. It's like different breeds of dogs, right? We're watching Dogs 101 last night. You have the Jack Terrier Russell, who is super hyper, super energetic, needs to be ran for a lot of time, needs to be very social. And then you have dogs like a lab who like being social, love the love and affection, but they can also stay themselves. You just have to know how you are socially. So do what works best for you. I'm not going to say isolate yourself more, and I'm not going to say put yourself further out there. I'm just going to say do what works best for you. All right. And so as you can see over there, you get a giveaway, you get a giveaway, everyone gets a giveaway. So I don't want you guys to leave because this is a topic that can go on forever. It can go on forever. I think the hardest part is always whittling down, like what is just enough information, what is not going to make their brains explode, what is enough that they can digest. So here's what I want to do. So I appreciate everybody who took the time out of their day. I was trying to do something like a lunch break hour, and I know people have to start getting back to work. And if you're catching the replay, then you have a busy day. But I always appreciate when people come and listen to what it is that I am so passionate about and want to share with them. So I do want to give everybody a gift. So what I'm giving away is a free digital copy of my book, My Mental Health Matters, An Introduction to Mental Health. And I'm also giving away a chance for 3 people. So there's one of 3 different essential oil wellness packs, and those are valued at over $50. And once the PowerPoint is done, I can show you guys those packs so you can see what they look like. Okay, so you're getting a digital copy of my book, and then you're getting entered for a chance to win one of 3 different essential oil wellness packs that I have. How do you get the giveaways? You must do the following, and I mean must do the following. We're adults. We can all follow instructions. We expect our kids to follow instructions and directions. I'm pretty sure we can all do the same. Okay, so here's what you have to do. You have to go on Instagram and go follow me on Instagram. It's at DC Baby BA Lady, all right? I was born in DC, raised in Virginia, real easy. At DC Baby _ BA Lady. Then the next thing you have to do is go follow me on Facebook at Jendayi A. Stafford. Real simple, it's my name. As long as you get the first name spelled right, everything else should follow and be fine. So, so follow me on Facebook, Jendayi A. Stafford. Next, send me a message. It can be from either Instagram or Facebook, I don't care, whichever you prefer. But send me a message with your email address, right? Because I can't give you something if I don't have a way to contact you. Here's the catch though, it can be sent from either platform, but you must follow and like both pages, and I will be checking, okay? And once you guys do that, I will be sending you an email that has the digital copy of my book. And at the end of January, so probably around February 1st, because I want to make sure that everybody has a chance, or you know what, actually, I'll probably do it around the 17th because I want to make sure that everybody who is attending the conference has a chance to watch the replay and join in. So I'm probably at the end of the month, I'll be doing the drawing for the 3 different wellness packs. Okay. So the next thing, whew, guys, I'm so excited about this one. Okay, so for New Year, New You 2020 conference, I have to have a special. There's no way that I could leave this conference and not hook you guys up with something amazing. Okay, so what I do as a whole body care coach, there, I mean, again, it's taking independent parts of you and making them interdependent so that you can truly live your best life. Okay. And so one of the first parts of this is a whole body comprehensive profile. All right. Here's the awesome thing about this. A whole body comprehensive profile is a 3-part assessment. Okay. Again, I am a therapist. I am trained in doing all of these assessments. So let me tell you, and especially being in the dissertation phase, or they call it a PhD, ABD, so PhD all but dissertation, we get paid, okay? So here's what I'm doing. 2 90-minute sessions where the following assessments are completed. This is all part of the whole body comprehensive profile. So you get 2 90-minute sessions with these assessments that are completed. You get a mental health assessment. Guys, let me tell you, that alone, if anybody has ever had to pay out of pocket for a mental health, I'm not talking just to go see the therapist. I'm talking about for the actual initial intake assessment. They are not inexpensive. Okay. They can run you anywhere from $190 to about $265. So I'm giving a mental health assessment, a health history, which again, is not on the inexpensive end. I'm doing a Myers-Briggs personality typing assessment, an Ayurvedic body profile assessment, a metabolic typing assessment, a circle of life assessment. And even if you haven't heard of some of these, oh my gosh, Google it. These things are amazing. And one 30-minute follow-up session. Okay? Guys, look, let me tell you something. On top of that, you get the holistic whole body care workbook, digital copy for free, 50 free. Do you hear me? Free, 50 free. That's included with this whole body comprehensive profile. Okay. I am offering this is over $600. Okay. Over $600 for this whole body comprehensive profile for the first 20 people, right? We're in 2020, so we got to keep it funky. The first 20 people, I am offering the whole body comprehensive profile for $147. Again, this is well over $600, and it is $147 for the first 20 people. All you have to do is go to that link down below. It's missioncounselingandconsulting.as, which is as.me, and go get scheduled. And then after that, Taria, I'm good with the PowerPoint. Ah, Okay, so with that, so I like that you brought that up. One of the things, so I do holistic whole body coaching. So the profile is separate from the coaching. So once an individual has the profile, then they can decide to come under my coaching program. Again, it's a holistic whole body care coaching program. The program is 6 months long. And the beautiful thing about this is I'm not one of, because, hello, let me look, where's it at?
Oh, hold on one sec, Jendayi, before you answer, because I had myself muted. Lord Jesus. You can hear me. They couldn't hear me. So the question that I asked her, guys, was what I love so much about what she talked about, because a lot of times when you do speak to people who are in the health and wellness space, the first thing they talk about is cutting out the foods that we also love, right? And I liked how she was sharing that, well, there's some things I can eat sometimes I can't eat this, or there's things that I had to completely cut out, but there are certain foods that maybe that you don't eat all the time, but you're able to, and my question to her was, how do you figure that out? Because for me, it's not a food, it's a liquid, but I love my coffee and I love my wine. Okay? Now I understand it's all mental. But let me tell you something. It's just some things that Taria Vision Avant do not want to give up. And it's hard. I start losing it. Okay, now, probably because I'm addicted. I get it. But the question is, am I going to be okay, Jendayi? Is it okay for me to have my damn coffee and my wine? Or am I killing myself? Because some of us, we get some of these health and wellness professionals, honey, and they'll be like, you can't have this, you can't have that. You need to go eat some grass. And I'll be like, well, God damn it. So, look, okay, so you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So go ahead, love, and share what you were saying in regard. And I understand we all need to get to that space, right? But the truth is that it has to be a gradual progression for many of us. And I know I just can't quit cold turkey.
No, nor can I. So I do like to drink wine occasionally, and as you can see, I do like coffee. I didn't have time to go stop at a little coffee shop. I got a gas station coffee. However, I was saying before, so the holistic comprehensive profile that is one piece. That's typically what I do before people come into my holistic whole body care coaching, which is a 6-month program. Now in this, like you said, I didn't like people saying, oh, you can't have that, you can't have this. And I'm thinking, I'm going to starve. Like, I need that. What are you talking about? I do something that's called crowding out. Right? So, example, when I was in the Navy, I could have drank probably 7 of these in a day easy. Absolutely drank it down like water. Now, once I got out of the military, I realized how much coffee I was drinking was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was like, I should not. Like, you could have drew blood and drew coffee instead. So I realized, okay, maybe I'm a little overboard on this. So what I did was, rather than having 7, cups of coffee, I decided to trade one of those for a juice or tea, water. And so after I was fine with that, decreasing the caffeine and sugar, then it's like, okay, so instead of having 6 of these now, maybe I can go down to 5. And so that's what you're doing. You're slowly crowding out things. There is no reason, in my mind at least, because I love food. Anybody who knows anything about me knows I love to eat. Okay? My husband always says, he always says that people eat to live, but you live to eat. He is 100% correct. I love...
Your husband watched Martin, because that's where that came from back in the day. Martin! You remember that episode? Anyways, okay, sorry.
But I love food. Like, I remember when we went to that one restaurant during the It's Not That Easy book launch. Girl, them little beef Wellingtons, look, I still remember what I got, okay? So I love to eat. And so I know, though, that even though McDonald's may not be the best thing for me, I can still go have it every once in a while. Because every once in a while, all I want is a large, fresh, hot fry and a chocolate milkshake. I'm not eating it every day. And there was a point actually a couple weeks ago where I think I had McDonald's like twice in the same week. Now, my belly wasn't happy then. However, it doesn't mean that I can't ever have it again. It's just moderation and learning. The other thing is learning your body. A lot of times we're trying these diets and we're trying these mental health therapies. And we're trying all this stuff, but it's not working for us. And then we're thinking there's something wrong with us. It's not that there's something wrong with us. That's not what was made for us. Yeah. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, don't forget, if you did get a chance, what I had said to, I know y'all didn't hear me because I was muted. If you had a chance to follow her to get the free 99 giveaway, you followed her on Instagram, Facebook, and make sure you send that message as soon as we're done. I want y'all to go ahead and put hashtag follow for those of you who followed her. And of course, for those of you who are going to get this incredible deal that she's offering for the first 20 people with New Year,
Yes.
New You, guys, we definitely are excited to hear about what your transformation is going to be. What can they expect within their first month of this program that you're offering to them, Jendayi?
Oh my gosh. Within the first month, you look at your world so differently. So you don't look at certain foods that you're eating as being restricted, because that's the other thing. When we're told that we cannot have something or we cannot do something, that's the first thing we want to have or do. That's the first thing we crave. I am not about that. I am about, okay, like, what do we need to work on first? Like, are you having a mental health crisis? You know, I work with trauma. I know how to work with food and mental health and spiritual all at the same time. Now, as a therapist, I was not allowed to do that because of the stipulations. But like I said, I had to create my own platform and my own thing in order to help people because there was a need. There's no point, especially if I have, honey, did you see Mrs. Barack Obama on the slide? When it comes to education, I would like to, think that I'm there with Mrs. Obama. However, I don't have all this education and training for nothing, or, just to get it and then to, okay, well, I'm just going to forget about all this and I'm going to focus on this, or I'm going to forget about all that and focus on this. Everybody, this is all interdependent. And so within the first month, people feel so empowered. They feel so empowered. They feel like they can actually do it. That's the other thing. They feel like, you get into some of these diet programs or some of these mental health programs, some of these health coaching programs, and it feels like the goal is so unattainable. In my program, it is literally bio-individuality. We're talking about you and what your needs are. And so you are helping, like, I'm just here to help guide, but you are setting up your goals and they are obtainable. And I show you how to do it without you feeling restricted in any way. And then I also just want to say, I know it's confusing because on Facebook, Ayana Stafford, that's my personal page. And then I have Jendayi A. Stafford. I don't mind you guys sending me friend requests on my personal page. That's absolutely fine. However, I would just like to say, adults, we follow instructions and directions. So if you would like the free products, then you need to like Jendayi A. Stafford, that page. But I'm going to shout out to Kamaya. She sent, let me see. I have to, Nakia, there's Clive, let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to find these names. I don't know if you can see them better. I'm trying to find it on my phone, Taria. I'm not as caught up on this stuff as you are. I'm not as well versed on it. Let me see. I'm going to shout out some of these people here. So we got Regina Keenan, Lady Lioness, hello. Nakia, hello. Bernita Spencer, Nevaeh Hare, hello. There's a lot of stuff flying in here. So I just want to say thank you guys. I can't wait to send you your free copy. Here's the actual book. So you guys can see this. You're getting it in digital. But again, it's My Mental Health Matters, an Introduction to Mental Health. And at the top, it says, your mind is a beautiful thing. Take care of it. I truly believe that. So
That's super dope. Thank you so much for that. And shout out to everybody who's taken action. And guys, if maybe in case you still need those links, what Jendayi is doing is she's watching all the comments, okay, in these posts. And so if you need to get the link as well so that you can be a part of this incredible program that she's making available only to the viewers of New Year, New You virtual conference, then I want you to also say, I need the link, okay? I need the link in the comment space. I want you guys to put, I need the link link, okay? I need the link. I need the link. And then she'll make sure to contact you as well directly. But I'm going to have, Jendayi, can you pull up that screen one more time that has the link just so that people can see, but also of course, in case they want to see the link and be able to just click on the link directly from your comment, that could be great too. But I'm allowed you to pull that up. But does anybody have any additional questions or any comments or any of that? I know a lot of you guys are putting some great comments. Janice, she said, I need the link. Janice said, I need the link. So I know we're going to have some more people that are going to need the link, okay? Because, guys, we cannot talk about being 2020, my year. The vision is clear, and we ain't doing right by our bodies, right? And so I want to encourage you guys to make sure that we definitely, if you need the link, everybody put that in there, and Jendayi will make sure to contact you. I'm going to see if she can pull that up. Are you able to find it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Now, if anybody has any questions about, just the foods that we eat linked to mental health or anything that we talked about today, definitely make sure to ask those questions while we're here. Otherwise, I know that a lot of us need to get back. Y'all ready to win too, right? Y'all ready to win some giveaways, right? But definitely make sure that you comment. For those of you watching the replay, put I need the link, even if this is not the live, okay? Another great thing, guys, is if you felt that this information was powerful, what's really cool about watch parties is that you can take a video that was already done, that's already completed, and you can create a watch party, and it can post as if it's going live again, okay? And so we want to encourage you guys, because this is what we got to do as a community, y'all. We've got to work together. We've got to work together. We've got to be able to put this information out there, okay? If we want our community to flourish, to grow, these are the things that we've got to do together. So definitely thank you so much to everybody who shared this video. Thank you so much to everyone who also created a watch party. So hold on, let me put her link up real quick. I put the wrong one up. Here we go. Let me put you up so that we can have your link to show. Okay, so there is the link. Mission Counseling and Consulting.as.me. Okay? Mission Counseling and Consulting.as.me. So when somebody gets started with you, what's the first thing that they're going to do?
So the first thing that we're going to do with the whole body comprehensive profile, go back one. So the first thing we're going to do is the first 90-minute session is probably just going to be the mental health assessment and the health history assessment. Now those could get very heavy, very detail oriented. So those definitely need to have the bigger chunks of time. Sometimes, depending on what your mental health history looks like, sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes I have had to split that into two. So during one of the first 90-minute sessions, I do half of it, and then during the second 90-minute session, I do the rest of it. But typically, for the first session, I do both the mental health and the health history assessments, and then the second session, the second session, I do the other assessments that are listed. And then the 30-minute follow-up session is when we go over and discuss pretty much making your own prescription, if you will. So, okay, here's all the results of your assessment, and then, where would you like to go from here? And then typically at that point, that's when people enroll into my holistic whole body care coaching.
Okay. Okay, y'all. So good. This is fire. So look, we all need to have better health. We need better wealth. And so make sure, guys, that you definitely plug into Jendayi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this information, guys. This was awesome, right? Wasn't this awesome? Very awesome, just to kind of bring awareness. Another thing, she ain't making nobody feel bad. You know what I'm saying? We got to start off first being okay, because I don't want to feel bad. Look, I know I ain't supposed to have that. You know what I'm saying? But look, how can we work on gradually pulling me off of that and then getting into the phase of, because ultimately it's not just about, a lot of times I think people think, well, what you eating right for? You trying to lose weight and stuff? No, I just want to be mentally stable, right? I want to be mentally stable, and I want to be able to do what it is that I've been called to do. And unfortunately, if you're not in the right mind frame, can't do anything, right? And so I do appreciate that. And I think for all of us, we appreciate that information so that we know that all of us can actually start somewhere, right? We ain't got to just go cold turkey. Ain't nobody got to go to do a 40-day fast where you can't eat nothing. You be running around here. And it's so funny too, Jendayi. You said something. You said, as soon as somebody tell you what you can't eat, automatically that's what you got to have. I swear to God, look, I don't even eat a whole lot of pasta, right? I don't even eat a whole lot of pasta. Now, I love pasta, but I don't eat a lot of it. But as soon as I say I'm going to have only meat, vegetables, and fruit, child, every day, that's all I want is pasta. I want every single thing that is not on the list to eat. And it's so crazy how our mind works. And that should even tell us how food is so connected to us mentally. That's the testimony right there. Because as soon as we say we're not gonna have some, immediately you ain't been thinking about eating no chocolate bars all year long. As soon as you say I'm cutting out all sugar, you like, dang, I need a Hershey's bar. Right? Isn't that true?
It is. It's absolutely true. And one of the other things I want to share with people is with the holistic whole body care workbook, so that you'll get the digital version of this for the first 20 people that enroll. However, a lot of people are like, I can't afford to eat healthy. Right? That's always another issue that comes across. People are like, I just can't afford to eat healthy. I want to show y'all something real quick. Because for a long time, I was that person. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't afford to eat that. Are you kidding me? Like, I can't do that. But I want to show y'all something real quick as I flip through this. You see this? Shopping on a budget. Okay? Let me tell you something. In this workbook, I created this whole list.
Ooh.
Every single one of these things can be found in your dollar store.
What? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? What? Not the dollar store. Not the dollar store.
Found in the dollar store. The dollar store, I'm telling you.
Oh, wow. And it's funny you said that because one time, Danny McGee, I don't know if she's still watching. Danny does plant-based food, and she had put a post up the other day too where people say it's expensive to eat, and she did a side-by-side comparison, and she was showing the same exact thing that that's stuff we created in our heads. Now granted, yes, depending upon I guess where you shop, if you're trying to go to Whole Foods, what I'm saying, you trying to big ball wall out to the ground to the tall. You see me just making up stuff. Of course, it's going to be more expensive. But I love how you not only give us a list where we can actually go and shop and stop making excuses. People always got excuses for something that they don't want to do. Well, guys, we got to start wanting this, right? We got to start wanting this. Nakia said the dollar store has come up. Yes, clearly, right? It's worth the rice. Just get that list. Okay. It's worth. Yeah, she said it's worth the price. Janice said it's worth the price just to get that list. And you ain't never lied, because I ain't never seen nobody provide a list to a store that all of us be in anyways. We be in the dollar store trying to get them discounts. And now we can go to the dollar store and be able to be healthier as well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. There is hope for me. Pamela said there's hope for me. I say the same thing too, because y'all know I'm halfway crazy, right? I got a little couple mentalities in me. I got about 3 personalities in my body, just in one. And so it might be some help for me too. I can eat better, and maybe, I don't know if I'm ever going to act right, because this is just going to be me. But yes, Melanie said whole food is a whole paycheck. Hell yeah. You get 3 items, you just spend $75. You say, well, wait a minute, I just got some bread, cheese, and a glass of milk, a little cup of milk. What I'm spending? So anyways, okay. All right, any last imparting words that you would like to leave to our viewers today, Jendayi?
Oh, man. I would just say, pay attention to your body. You know your body better than your doctor. You know your body better than your therapist. You know yourself. Pay attention to you and what your needs are. And I guarantee you can't do business if you aren't thinking clearly. You can't do business if you're super anxious. You can't do business if your physical health is declining. You cannot conduct business if your social life is crumbling before you. Do what you need for your body to create that balance, that homeostasis that you need. Again, every single part is independent, excuse me. Your spiritual life is independent, your physical is independent, yet they are interdependent. They all need one another to be working well. Again, visualize the gears of a clock. You know, the clock cannot work right if one of those gears is stuck. We are the same way. So I just want to encourage you guys to, listen to your bodies. You know you better than anybody else. Try some foods, try crowding out some certain things, instead of getting that extra can of soda, maybe try juice, like a fruit juice or a tea, coffee. Like black tea has more caffeine in it than actual coffee. Try putting less sugar in it, try using honey as a sweetener or something like that. Just small things. So, yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Rome wasn't built in a day. They had to take brick by brick. And so the same is going to go for the Rome that we're building within our bodies, the Rome that we're building within our minds. And so don't try to do a big dump. Gradually do it, and we'll be able to be on this path to having better mental clarity, better mental health, and having better results in our life. Jendayi, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Y'all. And if you still need the link, if you are just getting here, make sure that you guys go ahead and put I need the link, because you do not want to miss out on this opportunity. I promise you the list alone is worth what she is offering. So go ahead and get that, put I need the link. And definitely, Danny, I know you are in the plant-based world and Jendayi is in the mental health world. This is a collaboration that you guys can work on together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, connect together. I want you guys to start connecting with each other that are in the same space. Me and Angela Wynn, we're doing some partnerships together. She's a part of our coaching mastermind program, but she teaches people how to write books. And so I said, look, because I know that you're in a different genre, we can be stronger together. So I want you guys to start reaching out to other people and connecting with each other and making this happen. Let's be a community where we build amongst each other and we grow each other, because we cannot change a nation by ourselves. All right. So we have a lot of people that are still saying they need the link. Jendayi is going to make sure that she reaches out to you guys to give you that link. All right. So don't forget, we're about to get ready to log off right now so that we can do our free giveaway. Okay. And then number 2 is, if we are looking for ambassadors, guys, we need your help here in Urban CEO. If you like what we're doing, Jendayi is also one of our professors, and so she's going to be talking about mental health. We also have Elle Marie, who's going to be talking about mental health. So we're going to have a whole section talking about mental health in Urban CEO. First of all, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no organizations out there that are doing what we're doing, because many organizations, they only focus on one aspect. But the truth to have success in life is we got to have some kind of balance in all those areas. So we got to be able to talk about the mental health portion of our lives. So we got to be able to talk about relationships and communication and things like that we struggle with in the urban community. We got to be able to talk about with finances and understanding what's available. So guys, please go over to urbanceonetwork.com and make sure to join us as an ambassador. urbanceonetwork.com/ambassadors. We need your help. We need your help. And yes, we are always accepting professors. Thank you so much for asking that. If you feel that you could be a professor and help to educate our CEOs in any area of business or career, okay? Because some people say, well, I'm not really a CEO. First of all, you need to start speaking that into your life, okay? First of all, every single one of us here are CEOs. You're a CEO of your job. You're a CEO of your business. You're a CEO of your household. Every single one of us, we have to run something. Okay, so that makes you a CEO. And when you treat every single thing that you do like you would a business, or like you would something that you own, because you own you own your energy, you own your space, you have to start treating it that way, because that's the challenge. I think that's one of the challenges. I'm gonna be honest, like some of our relationships, we need to start treating them like we would a business. You're not going to do business with somebody that's not giving, okay, so for example, the reason why I am going to invest into Jendayi's program, I'm going to take my money and give it to Jendayi, because in exchange, she's going to give me something back for value. Does that make sense? And so if I give her my money, she's going to give me value. If I give her my value, she's going to give me value. Why are we in these relationships where we're giving our value and getting nothing back? And I know this may sound crazy because I've heard like different people say a lot of stuff is transactional. Well, it should be. It should be transactional because in life, we are either growing or we are dying. And the way that we grow is by making sure that every single thing that we are connecting to, that we're feeding, is also feeding us. You're not going to keep watering a plant if it's dying. So why would you water a relationship that is dead? Why would you water a job that is dead? We must treat every single aspect of our life as though we run that, because we do. Okay? So we're looking for professors to join us. You do have to be an academy member to be a professor, okay? So in order for us to give back, we're asking that you give back, right? So you must be an academy member. You can look at more information about joining the academy as well. We have a whole new system now in place that is super exciting. But we are looking for professors that can talk about business and career growth. We're looking for professors that can talk about relationships, because I just had a conversation about that earlier this morning about our community and how bad we are with communication and relationships. We need to have professors that are here to talk about our mental health. Just because we have 2 professors doesn't mean that we can't have more to bring more value. Because by the way, and this is off, look, I know I need to hurry up. I know you'll be like, girl, if you don't hurry up and get to these prizes. So at the Urban CEO Conference in October in Atlanta, it's a 3-day event. We have Friday, we have Saturday, and we have Sunday. Friday is going to be a half a day, and we're going to start off with giving some great value. We're going to have some amazing keynote speakers and things like that. Saturday is our workshop day. Saturday night, we're going to be having our award ceremony, and then Friday we're going to have a mental health conversation. And the whole day, that Sunday is all about mental health, all about relationships, all about communication. Because the last day for our conference that we had this last year, our very first Urban CEO conference, that Sunday, when I tell you, I don't know if it was a dry eye in the room. And I'm talking about women and men. This Urban CEO is not a women-only organization, okay? So, any men, it was a very good environment for us to have women and men talking about mental health. And so we're going to have more of these conversations because we're out here broken trying to build businesses. We're out here broken trying to have, strong relationships. We're out here broken trying to grow and advance in our careers. And we cannot go to the next level if we don't understand the things that we need. So when we talk about balance, we're not talking about having balance as far as being able to spend the same amount of time that you do with your business, with your family, with your friends. When we say balance, we mean being balanced in mind, body, and soul. Okay, so we are looking for professors. You need to make sure that if you're interested in being a professor, the first thing we want you to become is an ambassador, okay? So we're going to start making that a requirement. So you got to become an ambassador. And so that means you got to follow the steps. So go to urbanceonetwork.com/ambassadors. Look at the 4 steps. Then once you become an ambassador, then we'll send you some contact information so that you can learn about becoming a professor with us. And of course, helping our CEOs. We got a lot in store. All I can tell you, we are in the lab and we are working on some great things, okay? So with that stated, y'all, we're about to go ahead and log off for now. So make sure, guys, that you go back into the group, the New Year, New You online, so we can do our giveaway real quick. And then we outie 5,000. Holla at your girl. Let me go ahead and play this commercial one more again. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Taria Vision Avant, and I wanted to just jump up here real quick and tell you, have you heard about the Urban CEO Network? Darling, if you have not heard about Urban CEO, then you need to make sure that you jump on board. Right now, we have a special so that you can actually be a part of our Urban CEO Academy, which is our monthly membership program, where not only do you get exclusive access to events, discounts, and things of that nature, but you also get training that's designed to help you to grow your business. Right now, you can join for 7 days for free and see what we're all about. All you need to do is go to urbanceoacademy.com and check us out. For real. real. Like, we're the fastest growing organization right now designed to help men and women that come from the urban community that want to grow in business, that want to grow in their career, or you simply just want to be able to grow in your life. Urban actually stands for unapologetic, real bold, action-oriented, and non-conforming. So come over here, check us out, join. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. 7 days free. You have really, it's a win-win situation, so you can see what we're all about, all right? So join. I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'm going to talk to you later. Deuces.